Welcome to the Online Success Journey Podcast, your opportunity to discover and learn from entrepreneurs like yourself. This is not your typical podcast, but a place where you can get the real story and find out how real people encounter speed bumps and detours, but journey through to find success. Now here's your host for the Online Success Journey Podcast, Patience.
Hello everyone and welcome to Online Success Journey. This is episode 101. Are you ready to join the clan? Today we have Amber Renae, a civil engineer, serial entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and a digital nomad. She inspires women to rediscover their wow factor through presentation, personal branding, and self-love. Hello Amber.
Hey Patience, thanks so much for having me. I'm super pumped to be able to connect with your audience. I really appreciate this.
I know the clan is anxious to hear your story, so let's get started with the basics. Can you tell my clan a little bit about your background, about what you did before you started your own online business? Take us right up to the last job or business before you are online.
Okay, so actually my entrepreneurial journey started way back. My very first job was civil engineering. So I used to be a civil engineer working on a construction site. And I quit that job to chase my entrepreneurial dream. And I started my very first business, which was a fashion design business. Now, this was before the internet, Patience. So it wasn't actually like online because there was no internet back then. But we used to stock in 120 accounts around Australia, and we dressed some of the biggest celebrities of our time, which back in the day was Paris Hilton. So it used to be cool to dress Paris, trust me. And we had that label for about 5 or 6 years. It was super awesome. And then it went bankrupt, which was not ideal, left me with a lot of debt, a lot of mental hardship, and also a lot of physical illness as well. So for anyone out there who is sort of struggling with the reality of entrepreneurship, trust me, I know I have been through the trenches. So that was my first business. My second business was a fashion styling business. So this is when the internet was around. So we were actually online. I had a blog and a website and all those kind of things back then. Now this was working one-on-one with people. And back then I had jobs like the fashion editor for Women's Health and Fitness. I was the resident stylist for Southern Cross Austereo. And I held some of the biggest gigs in the country. And that was until I lost those gigs thanks to the global financial crisis. And I found myself with sort of nothing again. So it's funny how the universe gives us things that we need at the time and then lovingly takes them away from us when it's time for us to move on to a new thing. So my new thing, as it happens, is a digital marketer and online educator. So I now have 2 educational programs which I teach to hundreds of entrepreneurs all around the world. My first e-course is obviously teaching people how to be a fashion stylist. So I have hundreds of women from all over the globe that I'm helping, people from Greece, Ghana, Italy, France, all across America, Canada, all through Asia and Australia. And that is one of the best digital training programs, hard game to break into, and it takes a lot of time. So what I like to tell people is keep your day job, or at least get a job that doesn't chew up all of your time. So get a job that you can do at the night, in the nighttime or on the weekends, or maybe you can be a nanny, or maybe you can drive Uber, or maybe you can be a pizza delivery driver. Anything that doesn't take up your super valuable, brain skill, because you want to reserve that for growing your business. So if you know that you're in yourself, if you know that you're really good at running your business, your brain is the most, you have brain acuity between the hours of 8 a.m. and 12 noon, then you want to use that time to work on your business. And if you know that you are brain dead between the hours of 5 p.m. and 10 p.m., like I am, then you want to go and get like a babysitting job or a bar job or an Uber driving job, just something that's going to pay the bills whilst you're building your side hustle. The worst thing that you can do in your business is to get your business to pay your bills when your business isn't at that level to pay your bills, because all of a sudden you go from really enjoying your business and really loving the work to absolutely hating it because you actually need to rely on it to pay your bills. So don't ever force your business to pay your bills before it's ready. You need to get a side job or something that you can do on the side that's going to pay your bills whilst you work on your side hustle in the time that you have the most brain acuity.
You've been in the business for a while now. Do you ever have mentors and coaches?
Yeah, I'm always looking for mentors and coaches. I'm actually in a really beautiful mastermind at the moment called The Contingent. What's up, Contingent? We are a Australian-based peer mastermind, and I find these kind of things have been super helpful with just hearing a lot of diversity around how people do business. So I'm in a couple of masterminds like that. And then I also have contacts within the digital marketing space that I have one-on-one phone calls with. So like I had one last night, we jump on the call and then we just discuss strategies that are working in our business and then it's working in their business. And we just kind of like hot seat it back and forth around like, you know, this is what I'm doing for Facebook ads. This is what I'm doing for webinars. This is what my sales funnel looks like. This is what my lead magnet's doing, you know, and just try and like hot seat around what's working and do it that way these days I'm finding. But when I was first starting out, I had heaps of mentors that were, you know, way further down the path than me. But in this digital space, I'm finding that there are a lot less people that are very far, further ahead. So I find that peer guidance is actually a better way to go.
What is the most valuable thing your mentor has told you?
I guess the most valuable thing was just to keep trying. So don't, again, going back to that whole thing of like what has worked before won't always work. And, you know, if you have a failure or if something stops working or if something doesn't work out the way you thought it was going to work out, then learn from the lessons and learn from, you know, understand what the lesson in that is and take away the data. So take away the learning, take away the analytics, take away the numbers, figure out what did work and implement that, and also take away the lesson around what didn't work.
What is one thing that no one knows about Amber?
Oh my gosh, one thing that no one knows about Amber? I don't know. Let me see. I mean, people know this, but like if you look at my Instagram, you would know that I love dancing. Like I freaking love dancing. And actually no one knows because I used to post a lot of videos of my dance classes and then I stopped posting them. And I get asked all the time about what's been happening with my dance classes. So I'm sure everyone is dying to know that I now do No Lights, No Lycra on Monday night. So No Lights, No Lycra is like a pitch black dance party and we go there every Monday night and we dance our little hearts out like it's 1983 and it is so much fun and super pitch black so you can't see anyone, so you can just dance like no one's watching. And that is actually something that no one knows, and there's a lot of people asking about what happened to my dance classes, so that is what happened.
Wow. What is one thing that has contributed to your success so far?
Resilience. So resilience is definitely the most, probably like probably resilience and self-awareness. So resilience is the probably the best thing that I have. You know, like as you know, I've been through so many ups and downs on this entrepreneurial journey, and I've been told no more than anyone else. You know, I know for a fact that I've been told no more than pretty much everyone else that's listening. And that's why I'm still, you know, that's why I'm so successful. That's why I'm still here, because I have been resilient, because I'm able to pick myself up and keep going and having another go at, you know, at trying to put myself out there and trying to live my dreams and trying to, you know, get my message out to the world.
What is the most valuable thing you have ever given away?
I mean, my most valuable thing is my time, I think. So, you know, I like to donate my time to my people who need me. So, for instance, my beautiful boss babes who are members of my group, I love giving them my time and giving them my energy and my attention and my wisdom. I feel like if everyone gave away more time and energy and wisdom, I think the world will be a better place. And I actually am going over to Africa in October, which I'm super freaking pumped about. And I'm going to be donating my time there for a week. We are building a creche for one of the communities there and building a sustainable community projects around there just outside of South Africa. So again, that's, you know, it's donating time. And I think that's the most valuable asset that anyone can donate these days.
Why South Africa? Why did you, in all African countries, why did you pick South Africa?
So my brother and one of my best friends has a charity that they've been operating out of there for the last 5 or 6 years. And each year I've been saying that I'm going to go over, but this year I'm actually going over. So they go over every year, and they've been building a sustainable community projects in the precinct called Boksburg, just outside of Joburg. And this year we're moving into a whole new precinct, and we're basically starting from scratch. It's a piece of land when we arrive, and we're going to be building creches and housing and a bakery and sewing projects and, like, you know, so much great stuff. So I'm super pumped for that.
Wow. Enjoy yourself, because it sounds very exciting.
I'm pumped. Can you tell? I'm super excited.
Okay, so let's talk about your business, your Amplify Your Impact e-course. What is it all about? Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so Amplify Your Impact is for female entrepreneurs who are wanting to become the face of their brand. So we teach you how to become a presentation, performance, and publicity powerhouse. So what I find, patients, is that everyone out there is struggling with building their own audience and trying to get new followers and trying to get, more customers. But I don't actually do that. So what I do is I get myself in front of people, other people's audiences who have already done the hard work. So people like you have done the hard work. Building an audience is really difficult, patients, and you've done the hard work. You've built the audience. So I package myself up in a way that is interesting to people like you, and I get myself in front of other people's audiences. So that's sort of one part of the Amplify Your Impact course. And then the other part, which I know a lot of female entrepreneurs have trouble with, is how to package yourself up to be an influencer in your niche. So how do you get a signature style? How do you overcome the fear of being seen, the fear of introversion? How do you deliver your message in a way that ignites a movement? How do you stop doing all the stuff that isn't converting your audience into customers and focus your time on the stuff that actually converts? So that is what Amplify Your Impact does. It's an e-course and it is freaking awesome. And I would love to invite your community, just have a little sneak peek about what it is like to learn with me. I have a free personal branding mini course, which actually gives you little tastes of nuggets of wisdom about what I'm like to learn with. And it's free, and you guys can access it just by going to amberrenae.com/free. It's an awesome freebie there for all of your audience patients as a way of saying thank you for having me and thank you for, letting me connect with you guys. And that is going to let you guys get a bit of an understanding about what the course is like.
Wow, thank you for giving us for free. And what is your clientele? Do you have work with women who are already established, who are in 2 years, or the beginners? Who is your women clientele?
Super great question. Thanks for clarifying that. So I have female entrepreneurs from all over the globe. Some of them are solo entrepreneurs. They're just getting started. Some of them are more established boss babes that have been in the business for years and have been building teams. And they are anything in any kind of industry that wants to put their face out there. So we have personal trainers, stylists, photographers, finance experts, mental health experts, wellness experts, basically anyone who wants to be the face of their brand. So I found that women have a really hard time, getting the recognition that they deserve. They have a really hard time stepping into their greatness, and they have a really hard time getting their message to the masses. So this course really empowers women, not only with the mindset stuff, but also with the actual tools that you need to be a better communicator. So we run through video presenting and production. We run through TV appearances, keynote speeches. Basically, any piece of content that you're ever going to create as a female entrepreneur is included in the course, as well as presentation, performance, and publicity. So it is a super comprehensive course, and my peeps love it. And I'm sure that anyone who's interested would be, would love it as well.
Wow. Where do we find you, if connect with you, or to get these awesome e-courses?
Yeah, so come on over to www.amberrenae.com. That is my website. As I said, you can sign up to a free branding course on there, and in that course you'll hear more about the option to go into Amplify Your Impact. I've also got my biggest jam is over on Insta. I've got about 50,000 peeps over there, but I am doing a lot of Facebook Live action, patients. I don't know if you've been into the Facebook Live just yet, but I'm doing a lot of Facebook Live. So if you just search for Amber Renae on Facebook and Amber Renae Live, you'll find me over on Facey. Are you doing the Facebook Lives yet?
Not yet. We are leaving it for you to test it out, and you let us know how it is doing.
I will let you know. I feel like this is one of the, you know how sometimes you can be a lot of my time, especially in my digital career, I've been the last at everything. So I was the last person to have a blog in the fashion industry. I was the last person to be on Instagram. I was the last person to be on Facebook. But I feel like there is redemption for me right now, patients, because here is this opportunity for me to be the first person to really dominate Facebook Live, and I am going for it. So I've got lots of great plans for Facebook Live, things like this, like interviews with other really successful entrepreneurs like yourself. So I'm excited about the potential for Facebook Lives.
We'll just leave that space for you, Amber. Let us know. Okay. All right. So, clan, there will be more from Amber in a moment. If you are finding Amber's journey interesting and you are ready to hear more, come and listen to the full interview at the onlinesuccessjourney.com. If you are on Online Success Journey already, click on part 2 of Amber's journey and you'll get lots of tips to help you with your own business, your own branding, your fashionist, your stylist, wherever you are around the globe, and as a woman to empower yourself and become the entrepreneur. And don't forget, you can access all other Online Success Journey interview podcasts on the site as well. That's a wrap, clan. Remember, success is a journey. Patience and Amber.
This is not the end of the journey. We hope you've enjoyed listening to part 1 and want to be sure you know there is a second part to this and every journey podcast at onlinesuccessjourney.com, filled with even more success tips, uplifting stories, and even a bit of fun. There are dozens of episodes only available to the members of the Online Success Journey clan. Check out the website and click on Join the Clan for more information. Patience would like to thank you for listening to this podcast, and she has a free audio gift for you at her website. Go to onlinesuccessjourney.com for instant access to this gift. Of course, you know that listening to the journeys of others helps each of us chart our own path, so make sure you're subscribed to be notified as each new interview is posted. There are so many ways to stay connected to the Online Success Journey and to listen in. And if you're enjoying the podcast, we appreciate your help in telling others. One of the best ways to share the benefit you get is to rate and review it at Stitcher and other sites by clicking the stars or completing the ratings form, by clicking thumbs up and leaving a comment on YouTube, or liking and sharing the podcast on social media. To review the podcast within iTunes, simply open iTunes to the podcast, click on Ratings and Reviews, then write a review. On behalf of Patience, and until next time, thanks once more for listening. It is our hope that this podcast will guide you on your own online success journey.